Hello, dear user. Thank you very much for taking our time to watch this life transforming video, which I really advise that at the end you should be able to share it with 1 or 2 persons. I am Nkengacha Marcellus Agendia, and I am your health coach at Nkengacha Health Academy. In this very short video, I should be talking about diabetes, the trend, and possible ways out of this disease condition. As we all know, diabetes is a disease condition that is characterized by uncontrollably high blood sugar level. It is also characterized by a high level of hemoglobin A1C, which is another parameter that is usually measured every 3 months for people who are living with diabetes. Normally, the normal blood sugar level for healthy individuals should range from about 60 to 110 milligrams per deciliter. But for diabetics, this value is higher than 110, and that is a very big problem. The main challenge with most diabetics is to be able to bring down this value to the normal range, to healthy individuals' range, so that we'll be able to say you are non-diabetic. But before we see how, I want us to look at some key figures. As of 1980, the prevalence of diabetes was just about 4.7%. That means some 4.7% of the people around the world as of 1980 were living with diabetes. But when we look at the figures presented by WHO, the World Health Organization, as of 2014, we understand that the number of people around the world living with diabetes has increased drastically, and this is a very big concern for us. As of 2014, some 422 million people around the world were living with diabetes, with high blood sugar level. And this particular value was gotten only from those that research programs were able to reach out to. We understand that in reality, these figures should be far more than this, because our parents who are far in the villages and have not been counted. So this figure is a problem with us. When it comes to low income and middle class income countries, it is even a very big problem, because WHO has it that the prevalence rate is rapidly increasing in these countries. That means the Western countries have kind of maintained a kind of plateau, but these are diseases that we never had, or if at least we had, they were very, very low and negligible. But today we have it on record that the values in Africa, in the low income countries and the middle class income countries, that these values are increasing, and they are increasing rapidly. And this is a very big concern to us. We have to address this. We have to know why these values are increasing so that we can stop this increase. Research has it on record that diabetes is directly linked to lifestyle, the way we live our lives. It is true there's some kind of genetical attachment, but that can be taken care of if we have to live a good lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, because your genetic composition will not manifest if certain other factors do not come together to play as key factors. And so that's why the aspect of genetics, we have to keep a close eye on it. We have to close our eyes on that particular factor. What interests us so much is the lifestyle that we are living today, which is a very big problem. We understand, as I've just said, these were diseases that our great-grandparents never knew about, that we grew up even not knowing so much about it. But today, it is all over the media: diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, eyes problems, and so on. Those are other conditions, health problems that are related to diabetic conditions. So, we have come to understand that most of us Africans, most of us blacks, we are deviating from a healthy lifestyle that kept our parents very healthy. We are no longer consuming our local foods, talking about the vegetables, the fruits. We no longer go to the farms to be engaged in daily physical activities so as to maintain our healthy nature. We all want to book a taxi. We no longer want to go to work on foot. And that is a very big problem. We all want to use the lifter to go upstairs. We no longer want to use the staircase, and that is a very big problem. Another very big problem is that of popularity. Most of us today, parents, we will not want to come back home without passing through a supermarket to buy some fast food, to buy some sweet drinks, to buy some biscuits for our children back home. And we buy those things and we come and dump it to our children for them to consume and destroy and damage their health and damage their immune system. Oh yes, these are the things that are bringing in diabetes, high blood pressure, the cardiovascular problem, the strokes, and so on. These are the things that are bringing these diseases to our communities, to our society. No one wants to consume the local food, the vegetables. Your grandmother prepares very delicious vegetable meals and you are not consuming. We all want to go in for the fast food. We all want to fry the eggs. We all want to fry the vegetables. And the oils are another big problem to our health. That is why this prevalence of diabetes keeps increasing in Africa. And so we have to help ourselves. We have to help out our children to cut down on these things that we are consuming. It is true, these artificial sweeteners, the refined sugars are a very big problem. But the fast food in the supermarkets are also a big problem. Because these things are stored, they are preserved with chemicals that will ensure a long lifespan on the shelf. None of us want to consume even our local food products. We all want to eat imported products. Think of the imported fish. Think of the imported meat. These are things that are preserved with so many chemicals that we don't even know, we consume ignorantly. It is true. They will tell us this disease condition can be controlled, well managed with diet. Can be well managed when you are faithful to your drugs. But did God design you? Did God create you to come and be living on drugs? That is one big question. When they talk about controlling these diseases through diet, the big question is, what diet is appropriate for you as a diabetic? What diet is appropriate for you who is not yet diabetic? And that is where the popular science takes advantage to introduce a diet that has proven not to be effective, that has proven rather to be damaging to diabetics. The popular science takes advantage that they have said diabetes can be controlled through a diet to introduce their own diet that is meant to promote diabetic pills. Because this research that promotes this kind of diet has been sponsored by the big pharmas, This is another world of politics, where politics come to play a lot in health. These people do a lot to influence research that will promote these food products so that you continue living on their drugs. And so here I'm talking about the carbohydrate-rich diet, the carbohydrate-rich food, which most researchers that you come across will tell you, as a diabetic, do not consume food that are rich in carbohydrates, because they believe that carbohydrate is your problem. But I say no, carbohydrate is not your problem. There is this science, this new field of research that is proving this. But unfortunately, it is not selling, it has not sold, and it's not selling as the popular science has sold over decades. We have been told all kinds of lies. And we thank God these lies are coming to an end. This is to say that the program we have in place at Kenacha Health Academy will enable you eat all the foods as a diabetic that you have been asked not to eat. The food that you have abandoned for decades, you can now start eating them. I'm talking about the carbohydrate-rich foods. But then we have to teach you how to consume this food. You eat them in large quantities without any fear. Think of the fruits, think of the vegetables. All the plant-based foods, you can consume them without any fear. But we'll be able to teach you how, and we are here for that. And so, we are here to tell you that the figures in Africa are not the best. And we have to contribute to bring down these figures. We will help you in our subsequent videos, in our program. We are going to guide you through reversing your diabetic condition. And the interesting aspect is that you will not only reverse your diabetic condition, but you also reverse those diseases that have actually been diagnosed, that you have actually been diagnosed of. You'll be able to reverse them as well, because these diseases are directly linked to your diabetic conditions. And here we're talking about the vision problem, the retinopathy, the nerve problems, the high blood pressure, the cardiovascular issues in general, thinking of the stroke, the heart problems, and so on, where your condition will be able to reverse from the moment you are integrated into our program and you start following our program. Best of it, you will be able to abandon your drugs, your medication, and still have a blood sugar level that ranges between 60 to 110 milligrams per deciliter. I am very happy I'm talking this out of research experience and out of personal experience. And I want to say a big thank you to those few patients that have been able to follow our program to go off medication. This is great news. It is so great that you might really doubt if this is true, but fortunately for you, it is very true. So, all you have to do now is you should be able to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Also, share this video with your friends and families who are living with diabetes. Share it with your neighbors and tell them that the end of their sufferings have come. We are here for them, and we are going to introduce our program to them to help them reverse their condition. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Kengacha Marcellus Agendia, and I am the main author and coach at Kengacha Health Academy. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.